Here we have a 2014 Ford Transit Connect. It's got roughly 57,000 miles on the clock, and it's the 1.6 diesel engine, the TDCi Reattach. So this Transit Connect, the spare wheel should be underneath on the underside, which you release it by undoing this nut here, dropping the cable down, which lowers the spare wheel. That's seized up and had it a long time ago. Wasn't going to record this because didn't think it'd be that successful, but we've actually managed to remove the drawers, get a load of weight out, take some screws out and prop the ply floor up. Then I've managed to get an angle grinder on the rivets, grind them away, and that's where we've got to basically. Got this old seized up mechanism out, so we'll try and record a bit more footage on how it goes. So here's our new spare wheel carrier. I'm going to feed that through the hole in there. And hopefully I can deal with the underside afterwards. So I just need to focus on fixing this back down. And the other one came out with rivets. The biggest rivets I've got are a bit loose. I don't think they're going to work. Well, I'll give it a try anyway. No. Right, I'm going to need to swap the bit over in the end. So the original was held in with rivets. I've got the biggest rivets that I've got here. Give them a try. They are a bit loose. I don't think they're going to work. But let's try. If it doesn't, I'll just have to grind it off and use something else. Nah, still loose. Oh, well, maybe that has got hold of it. That's a bit of luck. I'll carry on and do the other three anyway. Yeah, seems secure. So underneath the van, this is the other half of the mechanism, the cable mechanism we've just riveted in the floor. That needs to be located in here. So I'm going to put that through there. There, that's it. That's in place now. Now this wire strap has got a rusty old bolt on the end which should spin freely in its carrier here, and inside there should be a nice clean thread to screw onto this other part of the carrier. So that fixes on there. Oh, I see. So that goes in there like that, pulls round, plastic cover over it. So your spare wheel, that goes through the hub in the centre of the wheel, and this pokes back up through a bolt hole, and then you're supposed to screw this on to secure it in place. As you can see, that's pretty well rusted. So I'm going to undo this now, take it off, see if I can free it up, do something with it, but I've got a feeling we're going to end up needing a new one of those. Okay, so I'll stick it in the vise and see what we can do. So that was quite surprising. I just gave the retainer part there a squeeze in the vise to try and crack some of the rust off of it, and it's come loose. I just don't know how I'm going to get on with cleaning out the threaded side, that's all. I'll have to see if I've got any small brushes I can get in there. I think I've got a glow plug cleaning brush which may fit in there, like a pipe cleaner. So I've got a wire brush. Hopefully that'll get some of that muck out. Cool. Yeah, it's not great. Give it a try though. So I've cleaned this part up, cleaned the thread out, started turning it, and it's bit and hold. And unfortunately now the stud is turning. So I'm going to try and put a little bit of weld around here on the new component to stop the stud turning, so I can get this back off again. So I've got my MIG welder here. I don't claim to be a brilliant welder, by the way. I'll just get by with little bits and pieces like this. So I've got to put the earth clamp on first, if I can. And I've got my gun, which has got gas as well, to try and keep it a bit cooler and stop the splattering. I'll get on and see what I can do. It feeds wire out the middle here, so you pull the trigger and you don't have to manually feed any wiring. Try not to burn myself. Sounds like that needs speeding up a bit. Right, here we go. That was a bit better. Right, I'll have go at the other side of it if I can. Right, okay. Not exactly a work of art, but that's got some weld on it. Should stop the stud from spinning. Yep. Back in the vise. The stud isn't turning now. Just the thread in this nut is pretty rusty, but it does feel like we're actually getting somewhere with it. Hopefully, anyway. I think I've just got to keep on working this for a little while, a little bit further each time. It's just been tied up underneath the van for God knows how many years, so there's a fair few years of corrosion and muck in there. We've got some oil and some copper slip in there, so that should help things along. Ah, it just gets worse. And now this is broken away. Back to the welder. Okay, I think that'll do. Let's see what breaks next. Right, I think that's enough now. We've got enough thread there. It's like a secondary safety device, I guess, in case a spare wheel carrier gives way. It's still got something securing the wheels of the van. Lovely, okay, so we'll get this back on the van. Alright, I'm just lowering down this spare wheel cable so we can hopefully get the wheel actually attached to it, do it back up into position. Alright, so just get this wire strap back on that has caused so much trouble so far. That's on. Gonna get this on again. Right, okay, so now we need to actually put the wheel back in. I'm fairly convinced these, while attached to the cable, you can see one side longer than the other, are supposed to go through, pivot round flat, then pull back up through the stud hole. But I can't see any way that's going to do that. It's just not going to fit. So, being as the cable is quick release, we've decided just to put it through this way. I'll let the ramp down, attach the cable, do this up on the stud, and then wind it back up. Yeah, decided to put this gearbox jack to use. Didn't fancy doing this at the side of the road. I think I'm going to have to let a bit more cable out. That's in. You can kind of get the gist of what's meant to happen. Right. So now we just need to do up the cable from the top to pull it up into position. Actually seems to be working. I think that might be about it. Yeah. That's it, done up tight to the bottom of the floor of the van. So that's the spare wheel carrier done on the Transit. It's probably a good idea just to make sure your one actually works. If you're using one of these vans, you don't want to get caught out somewhere. And if it does work, great. Make sure you take that bolt fitting off inside the wheel and grease it up so you can actually undo it if you need to. And perhaps just unwind and wind it back up once in a while, just to make sure it keeps moving and doesn't seize. As you can see, they're quite prone to seizing up, gathering all the muck off the road. Thanks for watching. If you find our videos helpful, please hit like and subscribe to help us out. Nice one.